Привет, comrades. TFCom here. And Remy, obviously. I was going to say my hair's purple now. It looks kind of pink in this light, but it's purple. Remy, no. That's why I'm holding him. He keeps wanting to touch the camera for some reason. So, I know I just did this whole talk about how I was going to make more videos, which I always end up doing. Hey! Sorry. No! No! So I just did a whole talk, but now I had a crisis come out. Of course, they always come out when things start getting good. Something happens in my life, and so for those of you who don't know, my rent or my lease ends on the 17th of January, and at the end of a lease they can raise it a little bit. The end of my first year, they raised by $40, which was a lot, and it took me a lot to, I had to set more money aside. I had to do a lot of planning, and it was very hard because that was also back when I was at Dollar General, so making very, very, very little money, way less than I make now. So raised by $40, and so that was hard. But they've now raised it by $100, and I have until the 15th, so by the time this goes up, it'll be 10 more days, 11 more days. I have until the 15th to renew my renter's insurance and to sign my new lease. If I don't, then the cost will go up to $150 more than I currently pay, and I will have until January 17th to sign it. But if I don't sign in that amount of time, then I'll be billed on a monthly basis, and it'll be $300 more than I pay now. So, more than $300. It was like $350. Yeah, $350 more than I pay now. Clearly way out of my budget. So, I can't break. I have until the 17th of this month, so 2 days after the lease renewal, to say that I'm moving out. If I don't say by then, I'm stuck in my contract, and they'll be billing me every month. So I could always say it later on, but you have to give a minimum of 2 months before you can move out. So it would mean I still have to pay the new rent at least a month or so. And if I'm planning on moving out in just, an extra month, that means I'd be paying the monthly contract, which would be the $350 more than I pay now. So, a lot of math there. I searched all over. Nowhere seems to have less cost than I pay now. If I had a roommate that could split the costs, like if we had a 2-bedroom or something, then it'd be way less than I pay now. But I don't. Everywhere I've looked at is already, they're charging about $100 more than the increase would be. So like $200 more than I pay now. So at minimum. So, that's means I have a good price. But where I work currently, I cannot afford a $100 increase. It'll leave me with only a few dollars every month to pay for gas and groceries, and I won't even be able to fill up my tank, my car. So that cannot happen. But I cannot find anywhere else. It's just not possible. I've searched other towns. I've searched towns that are 4 hours away. Still, they charge more than here. Cost of living may be better there, like they may make more money. But in the meantime, moving in, you'd be way, way short because you have to pay for all the moving fees and everything else, and you don't have the new job yet and the new money. So basically, I'd be in a worse boat than I am now. And I do know that if I move anywhere, I will have to pay anywhere from a $25 to a $350 move-in fee, like a application fee or something like that. Which, if I'm worried about money, that's not going to work. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Well, I definitely cannot afford that much of an increase. But I may end up having to do that because I don't seem to have an option. Now, I'm not going to say how much I pay now or how much it's going to be increased to, because there's always going to be someone out there who's like, well, I pay more than that, so you should be lucky, or you should be happy, or whatever else. Like, I could say I pay $30,000 a month, and they're like, well, I pay $31,000. You know, someone will always try to one up you on that and make you seem like you shouldn't be complaining. So I'm not even going to mention how much I make, how much I pay, or how much I make. I'm not going to mention any of that. But you know, it's getting to the way where I clearly think I'm being taken advantage of here, but there's also not much option. Because at my work, I currently am the manager now. I mean, I've only been there a few months and I'm already the manager, which is pretty good, but it did not come with a pay raise at all. And, you know, am I gonna say no to being a manager? I mean, I was basically doing that work anyway, so might as well get the title. You know, I'm in charge of some people, but, you know, you're still not getting paid anymore. So, you know, I'm pretty high ranking, I guess you could say, and I still can't afford rent. So, that is where I'm stuck right now. Also, I had about $200 saved up in my car fund, which is really, really low. I had $1,000 saved up, and just so many accidents have been happening, like so many bad family issues and emergencies. I've been having to take 100 out here, 100 out here, 100 out here, and so now it's down to 200. And this money is my car fund, because my car is on its last leg and has been for over a year. It is falling apart. Things are clunking. It shakes when it moves. The brakes are honestly starting to go out. It like the whole car is just falling apart, to put it kindly. I've had pretty much everything replaced in this car, even the transmission. It's not gonna last. It's even with all those new parts, it is not lasting. So this thing is gonna die. Like, it's not a question of if, it's when. It's gonna happen. And it's been getting worse and worse and worse throughout the years. And this past year, it has been like tow it down the street kind of thing. It hasn't happened yet, but it's getting there. So I was saving up money for when I had to put down a down payment on a car. Now, $200 isn't going to get you anywhere. Maybe some places will take it, but then I'm in the boat where another emergency happens. I don't have anything to take from. I won't. And that is a big thing for me, because I don't want to end up back where I was. Because I've had the roommates in the past, and you all know those stories. But before that, I was living alone in my car. And I've been doing that for a while. And I don't want to have to end up back there. Because, again, if the car's not going to run, how can I live in it? But also, just, even with the new car, you can't live out of your car. It's just not, you know, there's nowhere to shower, or no real privacy if you want to change or things. And I mean, I had to do it, so I did do it. But, you know, there's no real way to do it well. So that's, you know, I really don't want to end up back in that situation. Also, the one I was yelling at earlier, come here. Before all this mess happened, I took in a emergency kitten. Now, this kitten, here he is, isn't he cute? He doesn't have a tail. Hi. But the first kitten I took in lost his tail, or he was born without his tail, and they were going to put him down because he didn't have a tail, so he couldn't live a good quality life. Which was stupid, obviously. But they had 14 cats they were trying to all get homes for there. It was like a little rescue thing. So I took the cat. I was like, you know, he is going to die otherwise. Well, he ended up dying. I'm assuming there's something wrong with his heart or his lungs or something he was born with, because he definitely didn't act sick. He didn't get hurt. He just passed. And this new guy I took in is actually his brother. It's another one that was born without his tail. But they weren't going to put him down because he was bigger, he was fatter. I don't know, I guess he looked like he wasn't going to die. I don't know. Hey, what are you doing? I'm calling him Potato. Isn't he shaped like a potato? I think so. Hey, Potato, say hi. Say hi. Yeah. Okay. He's always want my attention normally, but now that I'm filming, he's like, no, let's not. Well, so I've been having to take care of this little kitten, which normally isn't, wouldn't have been a big deal. I'm taking care of cat, okay. But, he's not much of a special needs cat. Though technically he is because of his tail. And before you ask, his parents are not Manx, which is the tailless cat, so we don't know what happened with him and his sibling. But, that's what happened. So he's officially, I guess, disabled, since he shouldn't have been born with it. But he was. So normally it wouldn't be too big of a deal. I don't have to do any special feeding for him. I mean, I had to get a bunch of kitten food and kitten things, like kitten wet food and dry food and all that stuff, because he wasn't on dry food yet, so I was going to wean him over. He's eating it fine. But, so, normally it's not a big issue. But with all the money things going on top of this, I'm kind of like, I can't spend any more on you, cat. But I did end up having to take him yesterday, actually. So Tuesday, I don't know when this video will go up, but Tuesday I had to take him to get his shots. And the vet told me he's severely underweight. He is 1.3 pounds, and he's 8 weeks old, almost 9 weeks. But so that's, and apparently he's supposed to be way bigger than that. And he has to be a minimum of 1.5 pounds before they will do certain shots. So he's 0.2 pounds too small. And he's eating fine, he's doing fine, he's pig, honestly. But, so I have to go back there when he gets bigger. And this shot, it won't be bad for him to wait, I guess. But this certain shot, they're supposed to get at 6 weeks old. Absolute latest at 8 weeks old. So he was already behind, and he still doesn't weigh enough to get it. So I'm not sure what happened there. The vet didn't seem worried, so I guess it's fine. But she was like, whoa, this cat's severely underweight. He's the size of a cat who's only 5.5 weeks, not one that's 8.5. And I'm like, well, that's what he is. Are you sure about his age? Yeah. I mean, I could ask the person again, but like the cat literally gave birth in her house. I'm sure she knows how old they are. What? What are you doing? Sleeping? Why are you sleeping? But he actually was very good with the vet. I was really surprised by that. Little car ride, he was calm as can be. And the waiting room was all these big dogs barking and lunging and everything else. And he was just sitting there, cleaning himself. Took a nap. He really didn't care. The vet was messing around with him, put him on the scale, moving him around and everything else. He's just like, okay. Yeah, didn't care. He was purring a little bit. When she touched his ear, he wasn't very happy, though. Like when she looked inside of it. He doesn't care for me, but he was like, don't touch my ear. But he was fine during the shot. He did that little yelp whenever he got shot. After that, he was just like, okay, back to normal. Yeah, I'm all good. The one thing he didn't like, dewormer. Yeah, that's how you say it. It's something that you have to do for kittens in general, I've been told. It was part of a kitten package, so I'm assuming it's pretty common for kittens. But the grandma said all kittens are born with worms. I don't know. But it's been, years since I've had a kitten. Has it been? Maybe only a year or so. I don't know how old Steve is. Well, no, it's been at least... It's been like 3 years, because I've been in this apartment complex for 2 years, so wow. So yeah, it's been a long time since I've had a kitten. But, so we got the dewormer, and the person's like, just to warn you, this tastes horrible. And I'm like, why would you be tasting it? Like, I was like, weirdos, why are you eating cat medicine? Like, it didn't even register in my mind. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna eat it then? Like, thanks for telling me? And for some reason, I thought it was some sort of shot or something. But even when I found out it was food, I was just like, okay. But I think it makes a little bit, it's like itty little pinch of it that I'm supposed to, give him by holding open his jaw and shoving it down his throat, which is apparently very common for medicines. I've never had one that was that situation. I've always had where I mix them with food or something. He instantly threw it up all over the place. And he was gasped, like he was just like acting like it was the horrible tasting. Obviously, he's like, he wouldn't drink any milk or water to get the taste out. He was just freaking out. He did not like that. Yeah, I know, you did not like that. So I hope he at least got some in him, But he did not like that whatsoever. But his next one's due in 2 weeks. And I'm going to mix it with food. Because at least that way he's going to get it in his body. I don't see how that would hurt anything. I think it would actually benefit him a lot. Are you sleeping on me? Okay. Now, little potato here has learned to climb up my pants leg all the way up onto my shoulder. He has also learned to climb up the rat cage and lay on top of it. So far, he hasn't swung at any of the rats or tried to bite their tail or anything like that, but he has been very much climbing up the cages and everything else. And I'm sure his claws is going to catch one of their tails one day, as he's climbing. So I'm worried about that. I think he's just climbing to be closer to my height. I don't know. Boy, trying to wean that off early. So if anyone knows any good ways, get them to stop doing that. But I also don't want to spray him with water because, it's going to get the rat cage wet. And it's just not good for them either. So I'm trying to avoid messing with the rats, obviously. Today I was trying to train them again. Because they're not letting me hold them. I don't know why they let me when they're babies, but not now. I've been working on that. I haven't honestly in like over a month or two because all this stuff has been going on. So, I was like, I need to catch up on that. And you're gonna fall off my lap. He keeps sliding. He's weird. So I was like, I need to catch up on that. Let me check something real quick. Okay, good. I have an alarm set on my phone, and if it goes off when I'm recording, it just shuts down the whole recording, and actually doesn't even save it at all. It just deletes the whole thing. But I still have 10 more minutes, so I'm good. Remy, what do you want? Come here. This is like his baby. He has to be near the baby at all times. Hey, no. Excuse me. No. He was going to get my food. My candy. I don't even know why he would like candy, but... No, Remy. No. No. Lay down. What was I even saying? I don't even know anymore. But yeah, so I'm going to mix it next time. The rats, that's what I was talking about. So, I was working on training him. He climbed up my leg and kept scaring him every time he would meow and jump on my leg. It would scare him. I don't know if I jerked not knowingly, but he would scare him. And I'm yelling at this cat, I'm trying to shake him off because I'm I have a rat in my hand. I can't move you. I have a rat in one hand and I'm holding it like that. So I'm get off of me. I'm wiggling my leg around and trying this cat off me. And he does it over and over and over again. He keeps doing that. So I just lock him up. But I'm not sure what his thing was, if he just wanted to see what was going on. Eventually I picked him up and held him to the cage. Look, rats, they're not doing anything. They're laying there. But he still wanted to, be in their business. Maybe he just wanted me because I was there. And he was like, hey, don't pay attention to them, pay attention to me. Which it could very much be. But, I don't know. He really doesn't respond to his name. He's learned how to get inside my sink. The counter underneath it, there's this big hole underneath it. Which, basically the bottom of the counter is right here. But there's a hole underneath that, I guess for piping and stuff like that. And it's this very small way to squeeze through it. He squeezed through it. And he's been hanging out in there, and I can't get him out, obviously. So it's been rough for this little guy. He's been a kid, basically. But I don't know. So Money Trouble's a new kitten. If any of you guys have like kitten advice, from what I've noticed, they're really not that different than adult cats, other than full of energy. But if you guys have any like advice for kittens, like make sure to do this or don't do this or whatever else, I'd be interested in it. Also, if any advice to make my rats like me more. I was doing all types of little tricks to them, and honestly, they're good tricks. I'm just impatient. But so that's my issue right now. As you can see, I'm pretty stressed based on how my hair is all over the place. But I'll do what I gotta do. Videos won't be up for a long time. I may do something to get my mind off of it, but for the most part, videos probably won't be up for a long time. Even if I decide to sign the lease or not sign the lease or whatever I decide, I'm gonna be stressed out for a while. My mind won't be there. And of course, all this is happening at holiday season. I don't do Christmas. I just don't. I do Yule instead. But family likes to do Thanksgiving, and they like to do Christmas, so I visit them, when I can. And I already asked off for one of the big Christmas parties, so that's great. But I mean, all this is happening during the holidays. It's like, great, thanks. Right when I needed to be stressed out, when I'm already stressed out. Love ya. It is a mess going on. There was a lot more going on, but honestly, this is just distracting me so much. I don't even remember what the original one was. What was the original issues? I mean, I'm fighting with my sister, but that's fairly normal with us. Oh, yeah. It's a big issue with my father, but this video's gone on long enough. I can get in those later. Don't want to put too many things in one video. But, anyway, in a good place to live or anything else like that, that'd be great to know. I'm not going to say the price range, so it probably isn't going to be easy for you guys to find a place. So it can't help me that much, I'm sure. But, just try to find something super low or what you think is low. And if it's in my range, I'll check it out. If it's not, I won't. But I won't tell you whether I check it out or not. I'll tell you if I end up moving somewhere, but not if I end up checking it out because, again, I don't want to give away if it's too much or not. For those people online, hate that I have to do this stuff, but that's what I gotta do. So, anyway, TF Remy, and Steve behind me, and wake up, little potato, let go. Signing off. Bye. Meow meow. Say bye bye. Say bye bye. Potato. Say bye. Potato. Shame.